Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. Rob Stop Time here. We're going to talk about the Lionel ZW. Uh, the ZW actually was first produced in 1948 and through 49, and they also made a VW during the same time period. They look exactly the same, but they will have a plate on the front. The VW was 150 watts. The first ZW was 250 watts. So when you're looking at these, make sure that you're buying a ZW and not a VW. Again, if you want the VW, that's fine, but again, the price should be lower for a VW versus a ZW. Then in 1950, they upped it to 275 watt. They produced this up to 1966. I have a picture on the back of the 53 catalog here, and it has a picture of the ZW and the KW. But the great thing about a ZW, or even the VW, is that you can actually run 4 trains off of one transformer, or you can run 2 trains, and you have 2 extra knobs actually, where you can, for fixed voltage if you want for switches, or lighting for buildings, or you could run the 4 trains. The difference is when you look at these, the 250 watt will have a smaller ring on top. We'll just have the L emblem inside that, where when you get into the later ZWs, the 275 watt, they will actually, the ring is larger and it says 275 watt in that. So great transformer. When you're looking at these to buy, you always want to check on any transformer. You got to check the cords on this stuff. It's getting, you're looking at these transformers are in their 50s, in the 60-year-old time frame up to, and even older. So you always want to check the condition, especially if it says Lionel, it's an original cord. Make sure it's still pliable and there's no dry rotting or cracking on it. There's no damage there. And even once you get them, you want to periodically check that type of thing. It's a safety issue. The other thing is too, is now I know when you're looking at these it's hard to do, but when you use these controllers, you want to feel that there's a carbon roller and you want to feel that rolling in there. You don't want to feel any kind of dragging when you're doing that. So simple hookup on them. Top's all common. Each one of these are the direct power lead to each one of these. So it's kind of simple that way. They do have a direction and whistle. So knob right here, so you have your whistle or your direction. When you plug them in, the green light should light up, let you know you have power. And then if you have any kind of short, the red light should flash. That is another thing too, the breakers on these, you always want to check your transformer breakers. Okay, you always want to make sure that they trip and reset. They do make a new replacement breaker, which is a good alternative. It's a little bit more sensitive, I think. Some of the older ones, it might take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've seen them even take 9, 10 seconds to trip, which, actually I think it's better. The faster they trip, the better. So anyways, these are a great transformer, classic piece. Again, make sure the VW 150 watt, early ZW 250 watt, the later ZW 275 watt. This is a great transformer if you're running the older equipment, post-war, MPC, even modern day equipment. One of the downfalls with the ZW is it doesn't have a bell button on it. So if that's important to you, they do make a separate bell button you can wire into your layout. But to run the stuff from the 90s and stuff. But these were great transformers. They did reissue it recently, and they have an extra little, which is I think kind of a neat touch. They have a little thing with the gauges for the volts on it and stuff, which is kind of neat. So again, ZW Lionel, classic transformer. Just telling you common stuff to look for. Obviously, overall condition, cord. Make sure your breaker's in good shape. Your handles aren't broke. Everything should roll. It should feel really nice. No dragging. Everything should feel good in there. So, hope you got some information. Hey, if you're ever in the Akron, Ohio area, look me up. I'm Rob at Stop Time. I'm in Norton, Ohio. I'm 15 to 20 minutes west of Akron. I have a shop. I'm a value-added Lionel dealer. And you can stop in, we can talk trains, or you can look up some of my product I have on eBay at Stop Time Co. STOPTIMECO. Remember, Lionel is an investment in happiness. It's a great hobby, guys. I hope you got some information. Happy moderating. Thanks.